The Los Angeles Dodgers, the team in the city in which I live in. That sentence makes sense. They have shown themselves to be human as of lately. And by human, I mean they have not been great. For Los Angeles Dodgers standards, they've been pretty fucking bad lately. And this is something that is out of the ordinary. And the bullpen's collapsing. Mookie Betts has had a down year. Shohei's only hitting, I think, 279. Oh no. Shohei's still doing his thing. I know in a past episode I said Kyle Schwarber should be the MVP. I still feel that way. I have to die on that hill now. But the Dodgers they're showing to be human. And it's a crazy thing to happen because they're only up one game in the National League West. The San Diego Padres are knocking on the door. And this past Saturday, in good old Baltimore, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the absolute ace of the Dodgers pitching staff, I learned today he's the only Dodger pitcher with over 100 innings pitched this whole season. Like, he is their guy. Game 1 starter in the playoffs, he's got to be. He was 1 out away from a no-hitter this past Saturday. And then Jackson Holliday went yard and stole history away from Yoshinobu. That bottom of the 9th then fell apart. The Baltimore Orioles got a double, then a hit by pitch, then a walk to load the bases, then another walk, which scored a run. At that point, the game is 3-2. Bases still loaded for an Emmanuel Rivera single that would score 2 runs and give the Orioles the 4-3 victory in a bottom of the 9th rally for the fucking ages. That's easily a 99% chance the Dodgers were going to win that game. 99+%. It's the beautiful thing about baseball. Shit like that happens way more often than any logical person would think that it could. But this specific instance is just an absolute fucking gut punch to a Dodger team that just got swept by the Pittsburgh Pirates. The worst team in the National League Central, the Pittsburgh Pirates, the team that is likely going to squander Paul Skeens. They got to re-sign Paul Skeens. They gotta make that decision and then build the rest of the team and actually give a shit. And this is coming from a Cardinals fan. Not like I have any interest in the Pirates being good, but Jesus Christ, I want them to do something. I like O'Neal Cruz. Maybe he'll do better if the team gives a fuck. I don't know. I know he has to give a fuck first. So, apples and oranges. I don't know if that makes sense for this. So the Dodgers get swept by the Pirates, and then they lose the Friday game in Baltimore. Yamamoto's about to throw a no-hitter on Saturday. And then Jackson Holliday's like, nah. And then he goes yard, and then everything falls apart from there. By the way, that hit that Emmanuel Rivera got, he got it off Tanner Scott. Tanner Scott didn't even throw a bad pitch. That's the thing. He threw it, it was middle, but it was literally like, it looked like a couple baseballs at least measurement down out of the strike zone. Just like it was lined up. I'm trying to paint this picture for you if you haven't seen the video. Imagine throwing the ball right down the middle, right? And then it's like this pitch that Scott threw was like down and well below the strike zone. Like how I guess I'll say this. Like Helen Keller would have been able to call that a ball if the guy didn't swing at it, And I'm not thrilled about that. You could tell I wasn't too proud to say that, but I wasn't gonna back down. So she's not gonna know about it. Anyway, sorry, Helen. But long story short, it was a very good pitch. Tanner Scott didn't lay a meatball in there or anything. Tanner Scott tried to make a good pitch. Rivera was on it, and then he drilled it to center field, scored 2 runs. Orioles win. The Dodgers would win the next day. I assume they lost, honestly. Yesterday, as of me recording this would have been Sunday the 7th. They beat the Orioles 5-2. So there you go. They remembered how to win. And then you get to tonight, Monday, September 8th. The Dodgers are once again in another position where they are about to throw a no-hitter. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Colorado Rockies in town. They suck, so maybe it does kind of make some sense. So Colorado Rockies in town. The funny thing about this is even though the Dodgers took a no-hitter into the 9th inning, they were losing this game until the 6th because Kyle Farmer hit a sac fly in the 2nd inning to score a run. Rockies had no hits still. They kept the lead until the bottom of the 6th, a Freddie Freeman double. And then in the 7th, Mookie Betts hit a single to score Andy Pages and Shohei Ohtani to extend the lead to 3-1 in the 7th inning. Dodgers then, after that inning, had to get 6 more outs to take home the no-hitter for real this time. Tyler Glasnow came out after 7 innings. It was the right move. He was at, 105 pitches. He struck out 11. He's a dog. Carl's being weird over there. Blake Trinan came in the 8th. I love some fucking Blake Trinan. I think he's a dog. He's somebody that I think will hold it together in the postseason. They might have to lean on him hard because the whole bullpen's fucking been collapsing for what feels like a month at least. But Blake Trinan's a dog. He was so fun to watch last year in the World Series. I mean, he's like mid to high 30s, just an absolute monster. Carl's playing with a soft pretzel toy. That's cool. But the 9th inning tonight, guess who came in? Good old Tanner Scott. Tanner Scott came in and gave up the only hit of the game, and I wrote this guy's name down. I've never heard of him before, but he was the one who saved the Rockies from more embarrassment. I mean, who would have cared? I mean, the Rockies are having such an atrocious fucking season. I think his name's Ryan Ritter. Ryan Ritter of the Colorado Rockies saved them from getting no hit tonight. So big ups to Mr. Ritter. But more importantly, bigger ups to my homie, Jan Winters, fantastic filmmaker and awesome dude who was at the Dodger game tonight. Notable big baseball guy, Jan Winters. He was there and he almost got to witness history. So, I mean, that's if he would have been there for a no-hitter, I would have blown his phone up a little bit. I would have just been like, do you have any idea that you just witnessed baseball history? And, I'm sure he would know because, people be freaking out and whatever. But it's like I don't know. I've never even been that close to seeing a fucking no-hitter. I've seen it, taken into the 5th before, and that's it. And it wasn't even by the Cardinals. It was by the team going against the Cardinals. I don't even remember. But I'm jealous that you were there, Jan Winters. That looked like a hell of a game. And fucking almost you have a chance to get a no-hitter. I would have been shitting myself going into that 9th inning. Just like, oh my God, we just have to get 3 outs. And then Tanner Scott fucking, does his thing again. He still got the save. The Dodgers won. He still got the save. Dodgers won 3-1. That's 2 wins in a row, and to quote Major League, that's called a winning streak, I think. It was either 2 or 3 wins. I think, 2, you should count that as a winning streak, especially for the Dodgers' sake. We're going to call this a winning streak, and I think they have to thank Jan Winters personally for being there and helping them get their shit together. When they got back from that atrocious fucking road trip. Jan Winters was there, ready to welcome him back with open arms, and they didn't allow a hit until the ninth inning. So, coincidence? I think not. So, Dodgers, you got to get Mr. Winters tickets to all these playoff games, and honestly, just make sure he's there for the rest of the season if you want to keep doing well. Is my opinion. Just keep doing it. Keep bringing him back, and you'll keep getting close to throwing no hitters. Jackson Holiday can't hurt you anymore. You know something else funny? Ethan Holiday, the younger brother of Jackson, hit a home run this Saturday, the same day as Jackson ruining Yamamoto's night. So that's pretty neat, you know. That's pretty cool. The Holiday brothers going yard in the same day. Ethan Holiday's playing he got drafted this year, so he's he's not going to play the full fucking season this year because that's mathematically impossible. And Ethan's going to be pretty good, it looks like. Just like Jackson and Matt, their dad, was pretty fucking good. He does not play anymore. So there's a fun fact, I guess. The question comes, can the Dodgers do anything in the postseason? And I believe the answer is yes. I still think, despite all of this fucking up as of lately, the Dodgers will make the postseason. And if they get bounced in the first round, I'm still going to be very surprised. The Padres will be their biggest test once again, and the bullpen is got to get it together. Because last year, watching Dave Roberts handle the bullpen, it was just a masterclass in using all of your pitchers in the most perfect spots, like 99% of the time. It was crazy. And now the bullpen's in shambles, and they got to be ready to lock it down because the postseason is all about the bullpen, and those guys matter. And before I wrap this thing up, one guy in that bullpen, rookie Edgardo Henriquez. He is a rookie, and he got called up earlier this year, and I saw on Fangraphs on the closer depth chart, he is labeled as one of the setup guys, so, fucking 7th or 8th inning type guy. He throws hard. He throws really hard. I think he's thrown like 103. If that's wrong, I don't think I'm wrong. Anyway, he could be a future closer for the Dodgers, and if he can handle it in the postseason, I think that he is going to be a guy who could really hold this shit together for him. Because, he throws hard. He's incredible. But, it's his first season in Major League Baseball. You can't expect him to be perfect. He's got an ERA less than 1 right now. And I personally think he's a dog. So I wanted to mention that to him. To him? Yeah, to him specifically. To Edgardo, who's definitely listening to this podcast. I wanted to mention that to you. I'm a big fan. I'm going to pick you up in fantasy probably. And I hope you become the Dodgers closer because I think you got the stuff for it. And I just hope you stay healthy. And I hope your arm stays okay. Anyway, that's it for my letter to Edgardo Henriquez. Do you think the Dodgers will make it anywhere worthwhile? Well, that's cool. I'm just going to act like I heard whatever your answer was that you definitely said audibly out loud. Anyway, I think that's it. This episode was neat. First, really Dodgers-centered episode. And shout out to my dog, Jan Winters. Again, the Dodgers couldn't have done it without you. So, if the Dodgers don't make it this year and Jan's not at the games, then, 1 + 1 = 2. We know what happened. So that's a good ending to this because that's the true moral. That's the true lesson. It's like last year when Grimace pulled up for the New York Mets and then they just went on a magical run. It's the same thing. I mean, it's the same thing. Jan's just not purple. So that's the kind of insight you come to on this show. He is not purple, but big ups to Grimace as well. I need to just end this thing. I'm going to stand-up comedy. I'm going to be at the Fourth Wall on 9/11. That's kind of hilarious. Doing comedy this upcoming Thursday. And then I will be at Flappers on Saturday. Flappers Saturday the 13th at 9 o'clock. So both of those shows will be really fun, and I'm very excited for both. If you're able to make it to either one, I sincerely appreciate it. And that's it for me. Go Birds, and that's it. That's it for real. We're going to fade out. Fade out.